Very to elections. Ano po yung message nyo sa mga supporters and kamusta kayo, sir?
Well, relieved, glad, of course, grateful, touched, mix of emotions. But pinaka-importante sa lahat, gusto ko lang po magpasalamat sa mga KAKAILIAN po namin, Diyos Agnina. Many thanks. As we've said in the past, Ilocos Norte leads the solid North, and it's truly an honor and a pleasure to work here in Ilocos Norte as your governor. Maraming salamat po.
Sir, may mga nagtatanong kung magkakaroon daw ba ng victory party since nangunguna si BBM and then dito nangunguna yung team, nanalo yung team Parinas. Kakaroon po ba, sir?
Siguro no public party or big event. Simple lang kami. Yeah. I think we're all looking forward to getting some rest sana. And yeah, maybe celebrate briefly. But of course, I still have almost 2 more months of work, you know, before the next term. So tuloy-tuloy pa rin po ang trabaho.
Sir, any message to Rudy Farinas considering all the happenings, the issues happened before this May 9?
Well, I thank him. He messaged me, I think it was, I'm not sure if it was last night or this morning, congratulating me. And so we appreciate his graciousness in reaching out, and at the same time, we also reach out to them. You know, if there's any way that we can work together for Ilocos Norte, then why not?
Gov, any comment po sa pangunguna ni Sir BBM?
Well, it's of course, in a way, it's still unbelievable, right? Even though you know when you survey, but I think it sends a large statement, you know, that the masses of Filipinos maybe have a different perspective, one that isn't shared or highlighted, you know, necessarily in the media. And it's very heartwarming, you know, to see the turnout, and we're very fortunate. And now the real work begins. Expectations are high, and we must deliver and meet them.
Gov, were you able to talk to Mayor Michael Marcos na po since he was already proclaimed?
Yeah, I messaged him this morning. I congratulated him, and sabi ko po sa kanya that I'm looking forward to working with him. And you know, elections are over, and so you know, however many burned bridges or whatever happened in the past, we have to try to put it aside and to collaborate, to synergize, and to do our best for our constituents.
What about reconciliation with him?
Well, yeah, that's part of it siguro. Pero lalaki kami, so baka wala masyadong hugging. But we'll talk about it and agree to move on. And looking forward to working with all of our mayors. Of course, we have some new mayors as well, including Doming Ambrosio in San Nicolas, which I think will be quite, which is historic. You know? So we're very grateful. Pinaka-importante sa lahat. Very grateful to our KAKAILIAN na talagang they came out in full support. And now we have to repay that support and serve them as best we can.
How when will you hold your victory party? And is it going to be a one-time big time with the rest of your family with Congressman Sandro?
Wala pa pong plano. Maybe we'll just join BBM in Manila. Tignan po natin. Our family, hindi kami masyadong mahilig sa mga parties. Yung lola ko yata ang mahilig sa parties.
Your lola will be with them now.
Yes.
The first lady.
Yeah.
When you say you'll join BBM, so you're assuming that he will win the presidential race?
Well, looks to be, no? I think statistically impossible for it to turn, you know, as of now. So it seems so.
Are there talks already to prepare a party?
Wala pa po. I haven't heard anything. I also have hundreds of unread messages, so I'll have to go through them later. Thank you. Thank you guys.
Statement muna, Kong.
Unang-una sa aking mga kakailian na ibinigay ang kanilang tiwala sa akin, ako po ay nagpapasalamat sa kanilang suporta at sa kanilang tiwala. Napakalaking bagay po ito sa akin dahil ito po ang unang beses na may Marcos na tumakbo sa unang distrito. Kaya nung nagsimula kami, ay nakita talaga natin na ito ay isang mabigat na laban. Pero kahit papano, ako ay natutuwa talaga na nakarating tayo sa tagumpay. Pero kahit binigyan ako ng pagkakataon para makipagservisyo dito sa probinsya, dito sa unang distrito, alam ko naman na marami pang kailangan gawin. Madami pang pwedeng gawin dito sa unang district, dito sa first district. So this is just the beginning. But regardless, I would like to thank all of my supporters, everyone who voted for me. And kahit sa mga tao na hindi bumoto sa akin, ay maasahan pa rin nila na tutulong po ako gagawin ko sa lahat ng aking kakayanin para po makipagtulong sa kanila.
Sandro, you mentioned
Congressman Daranasan and Philippines.
Hello, ma'am.
How do you feel being both the congressman of Ilocos Norte and probably the first son of the president?
Honestly, hindi ko yung pinag-iisipan. It hasn't sunk in yet. But I think ang aking focus talaga ay dito sa unang distrito at ang aking focus ay dito sa unang distrito. Alam ko naman na mukhang maganda ang naging nangyari sa unofficial tally, and it's looking good for my dad, although it's not official. And I congratulate him, and I'm so proud of him as a son. But I have to prioritize me being a first district representative over being possibly the first son. And I don't think that really means anything, to be honest with you.
Where will we stay? In Malacanang or here in Ilocos Norte?
Well, my work will be in Batasan, which is in Manila, but I will try to come back here as much as I can. As for living in Malacanang, I think that's a conversation to be had with my father. I don't think there's any decisions that have been made, but if you ask me, I'd prefer to live by his side.
What are the platforms that you will push in Congress, the bills you're looking at?
Well, it would depend on the legislative agenda that the executive sets, because obviously Congress follows from that. But personally, I've always said that we must focus on agriculture, jobs, and technology. So I think the legislative platforms that I will put forward, assuming that that's the direction the executive wants to go in, will be focused on those things.
Is there any specifics po on your legislative priorities po that you're going to push for your...
That's what I said. Hopefully providing programs and finding aid providing programs that will allow for the recovery of jobs within the economy. The other one, I think, is what my father said regarding digital infrastructure. I think that's going to be one of the hallmarks of the administration, and there has to be legislative support for that. And so we have to talk to numerous telcos. We have to see what would be the best platform in order to implement that. Where Congress plays naman, it's the power of the purse. Congress holds the funds for the national government, and they approve the budget. So I think that's where I can come up with a system.
Sir, what position do you position the Congress, Deputy Speaker, Speaker of the House?
Totoo lang, I'm a neophyte. I'm a neophyte. There are much better, much more well-equipped congressmen who are serving their second, third terms na marunong na sila. So if I am offered a position that I think I am capable of doing, of course I will accept it. But I have to be realistic with myself also and know that it is going to be my first term. And marami pa rin kailangan na tignan. And I still have much to learn compared sa mga ibang tao dyan na matagal na sila dun. And they know the inner workings of the House. Thankfully, I worked there under the Office of the Majority Leader, so I do know the basics. Pero iba rin kapag ikaw ang representative.
Malayo yung agwat sa congressman.
Opo, kami ay nagpapasalamat talaga sa suporta ng ating taong bayan at sa tingin ko naman nagugustuhan talaga nila ang ating mensahe ng pagkakaisa. Pero ngayon na patapos na ang halalan, dapat ay ipakita natin na hindi lang mensahe, hindi lang salita, kundi gusto talaga natin yung mangyari. Kahit anuman ang political color mo, kahit anuman ang kulay na pinaglalaban mo dun sa halalan, ngayon na patapos na. Kailangan na kahit pink, kahit red, kahit white, blue, dilaw, kahit anuman, ay itabi muna natin yan at we have to remember na before any of these colors, before our political interests, tayo lahat po ay Pilipino.
So do you have any message to Congresswoman
I already said in my initial interview after voting that I wish her all the best. I've always considered her a friend, given that I met her in the House of Representatives when I was working there. And should she have any suggestions or any plans that she wants to continue for the 1st District, anything that she thinks would be of particular use for KAKAILIAN, my door will always be open to her. And I thank her. She sent me a text message congratulating me. So I thank her for being a good sport. And I also thank her, along with the people of the 1st District, for the 3 years that she served as Congresswoman.
Sandro, your dad accompanied you sa pagboto, so we were looking forward na kasama rin siya dito sa proclamation. Ano ang nangyari or what was the real discussion?
Actually, tinanong ng magulang ko sa akin kung gusto ko na pumunta sila. Pero sinabi ko sa kanila, alam mo, napakahirap ng kampanya mo. Should you proclaim the winner, you also have a hard 6 years ahead. Kaya sa ngayon magpahinga muna kayo. So I said okay lang naman ako.
How will you position Ilocos region in terms of generator of wealth GDP? Because the top 3 will be NCR, Central Luzon, and Calabar Zone.
But those are all very urban areas, ma'am. So that's the reason why that they're so high in GDP. I think the focus shouldn't be on that because in terms of absolute numbers, hindi mo naman talaga matatalo yung NCR or those areas given that how rich they are in population and that they have an urban focus. I think we must look to Ilocos Norte as a province that is of course agricultural in nature. So I think that's what we should focus on. The agricultural issues that have to be addressed, like the dropping price of rice and the irrigation systems that need to be fixed. Secondly, like I said, it's the jobs and the MSMEs na talagang tinamaan ng COVID. No, I'm a neophyte. I don't think there should be. I have much to learn, and I am going to go there with that mindset. Maraming marunong, maraming magaling. So I don't think neophytes are giving chairman positions. I think last Congress was the exception, but I think usually chairmanship positions are kept for the more tenured members of the House. I have to go, guys, but thank you very much for your time.